Up next, I'm gonna test the Plaid jet. Bradenton Motorsports Park, November 3rd, 2022. Weather forecast said the chance of rain today was 0%. And then it came down pretty hard, but it stopped and they've dried the track. They're prepping it as we speak. Not a whole lot of cars as you might expect since it was raining hard just an hour ago. Drag strip was closed for a while after Hurricane Ian came through, but everything's all back up and running here. Now let's see if we can find some 9-second cars out here tonight. Got a couple of Corvettes, a bunch of Mustangs, a Camaro, the C8. There's some kind of issue with water on the track after all that rain. They're working on it. Meantime, more cars are showing up. I see another Plaid out here, and a 9-second BMW just pulled in. One that we've raced recently out at Showtime. Probably get lined up with him. All right, good to see Javier's BMW out here tonight. We've raced him several times before, and he was running low 6s in the 8th mile. You gonna bust out some low 9s tonight?
We'll see.
I hope so.
Hopefully.
That 614 should get you about a 640.
I hope. We'll see now.
Yep.
31, sorry. No time. 31, no time.
Any tweaks this week?
Huh?
Any tweaks?
No, I haven't touched anything yet.
So
I don't want to mess with it. I want to see what it does.
Yeah, get a baseline. What boost were you running in that the other night?
30 psi.
30, okay. Cool.
Still running stock turbos. It's basically an intake exhaust car with a 85 tune on it, custom tune.
Yep. Yeah.
I got turbos, pistons, rods.
You were going to do a trans brake. Have you found that yet, or waiting for the parts?
I got to send the transmission to get built for that. So I'm waiting.
Okay.
Right now I'm doing these. As soon as I get as close to the 8s I can with what we have.
Yep.
The next stage is going to be building the engine, bigger turbos, billet manifold.
Yeah.
And then send the transmission down. So
3 8 seconds with all that.
That's the goal.
Yeah. Nice.
Let's see if the pocket let us do it.
All right. All right, man. Good luck.
I'll see you around.
Get some baseline passes, and if they're good, maybe we'll run.
All right, brother.
All right, our first pass tonight is against this Camaro. He's got a 434 small block power glide transmission. You can see it's all caged up with a parachute on it. I've never seen it run before, so I'm not sure what to expect. All right, we're at 90% battery state of charge, peak performance ready. We're going to try to avoid the water. We should see a full tree since we came from lanes 5 and 6, a full Sportsman. Looks like the dragster might have just broke in front of us. That's unfortunate. All right, we're going to be waiting a minute. The Camaro sounds good. Oh, the prep is really sticky tonight. We should get a good launch here. Should be good. He had a 142 60 foot to our 144, so he was quicker to 60 feet, but we took him to the 8th mile and I'm not sure he ran it all the way out. I think he said he was geared for 1,000 feet, but he was going to try to run it to the full quarter.
You got your AC off, sir?
Oh, absolutely. It's off.
Okay, it must just be the rain then. Just
Yeah,
water,
it gets in there.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay. You can see we've got our AC off right there. And if you know where to look, you would be able to confirm the AC was off that entire run, even when we were in the staging lanes. Very important to keep your air conditioning off of the drag strip. Otherwise, you'll be dripping water on the track. That was a solid first pass. I felt the tires chirp just a bit on launch, so I was surprised to see that 144/60 foot. I thought it'd be closer to 150, but wow, we ran a 919 at 150.78 miles an hour, so just a tiny shade over what should be our 150 mile an hour limit. But the 8th mile time, 594 at 120.55, and a 390 to the 330, so solid quick pass all the way through. Javier in the BMW M3 competition, we expect him to be running low 9s tonight. Well, maybe a 940. So this M3 competition has quite a bit more boost than stock, 30 pounds, and he's on these big 305 Mickey Thompsons. Giving the BMW the move in the quarter mile would be a really close race. I'd have to run probably a 920 or better and be right on that light. So Javier believes this might be a record holder for the fastest M3 competition. All right, we got a lot of water here, unfortunately. All right, he's already in for 2 bulbs. And I'm gonna chase him. I'm giving him the hit here. There he goes. Oh wow, look at this. Build some boost. It also allowed us to get a little deeper into launch control, so I think it worked all the way around. All right, that's the same BMW we raced out at Showtime last week, and we are speculating he might be able to run a 940 out here. I don't think that pass was a 940, and unless he shows us his slip, we won't know because he's running no time. There you go, man. Here you go. Thank you very much.
Have a nice night.
Thank you. We had a 3.7 second reaction time from green. Unless he shows me his reaction time, I won't know how far behind him I was. We ran a 924 at 149.43. I don't mind being just under 150 miles an hour. 599 on the 8th mile at 119.4 with a 148.60 foot. We ran a 144.60 foot on the previous pass, so we lost 4/10 right there from the get-go. Probably because we weren't that deep in launch control. I didn't hear the tires chirp at all, so I don't think there are any traction issues on that, but I haven't watched the video yet either. Good run. We had him by a couple cars there at the finish. Let's see if he's willing to show us any of his digits. So is this the fastest M3 competition in the world? Javier believes so. How was your pass?
Huh?
How was your pass?
9.8. Getting better, yeah. It's actually, it's my fastest pass to now, but I'm still, it launched better.
Yeah.
I'm still on the 6.3 area.
What was your mile an hour?
143.
143.
Yeah.
So you got
But
40 mile an hour.
Yeah, but
it was a 9.8 because, well, you ran those 6.10s.
It kind of bugs.
Yeah.
So I'm running a 1.5 something. I gotta check it out. 1.5 something I just did with a 6.3.
What do you think's different from when you ran that 6.10 the other?
It's not launching as hard.
Okay.
So it kind of launch. It stayed. So I was able to do a launch, so it didn't put as much RPM. I'm figuring that part out now. So
okay,
we'll see.
Did it stick so hard that it brought the RPM down, you think, or?
No, because when it does launch, it kind of like is brake boosted right there.
Yeah.
But it didn't. I didn't see the RPM. It's supposed to go to 3,000. It's not. It was probably 2,000. It was very low.
Yeah.
So it kind of bugged a little bit, but you know, it went pretty good.
Well, I waited. So yeah.
That was cool. You still got me though.
I thought it would. I thought I was safe, but I wasn't sure. You were out there, and I was like, "Am I gonna get him?" Yeah,
no, but you got me. I see you're like, it's coming. But that was cool.
Yeah. So this Corvette right here is supposed to be deeper into the nines now. He's I raced him last year. He made a ton of modifications, and he ran a 943, but he was bouncing off the rev limiter. He should be a 930 car. We might see a 930 on this gas. But I like the way that car looks.
It's badass. What you doing?
All right, we're hoping to run the Corvette next. We raced this Corvette last year, and he's gotten a lot faster since then. Good launch. 149.60 foot. 968, 143 miles an hour. And then we got Tim Tornado here in the Supra. He's running against a Plaid with 19-inch wheels. He got real squirrely his last time out. They're both really moving. 9.6 for each of them. 9.69, 9.65 for the Supra at 141. Plaid went 145. Alright, we're about to race this 9-second C7 Corvette. It's got a lot of power, and we're going to give it the hit. This is a big risk to give a car that's running just a couple tenths behind us to give him the hit, because the hit is usually worth 0.3 to 0.4 seconds. So I'm really going to have to be on it and respond to him quick, otherwise we won't catch him. And on top of that, we're running from the very back of the line. This track has not been prepped in an hour. They've run all the cars through twice, and we're the last two cars going down. So this pass right here is the worst traction the track's going to have all night. But that could hurt him as much as it hurts us. All right, we're at 84% battery state of charge, peak performance ready. We're gonna have to look carefully for traction here. We're gonna see how deep we can get into launch control here. All right, when he moves, we gotta go. Thank you. We ran a 935 at 148. Wow, it's a really substandard pass for this car with a 609 eighth mile. Not sure what it was. Well, probably traction. Look at this 60 foot, 153. Yeah, like I said, that's the worst traction of the night on that pass. So what can you do? I'm looking forward to seeing his ticket. And he's got those big Mickeys he warmed up and was able to get traction. Let's talk to Brandon. Yeah, did you go slower on that pass?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I ran a 9.7 on that one.
So did I. That was my worst pass all night. But you know, we got the worst traction of the night on that pass.
That was pretty bad.
Because they didn't re-prep between the previous set of cars and our cars, and you and I were the last 2 cars down the track. I don't know if you know that, they cut off the line behind us.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So the traction is not getting any worse than the pass that you and I just had for the whole night. That was
I
the
felt
worst traction
My first gear skipped, and then my second gear, and I gripped in third.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I caught you though. I'm almost positive I didn't. I mean, I might have had more mile an hour at the end, 148.7, where were you at?
143.8.
Yeah, so I had 5 mile an hour on you, but I don't think I caught you because I only ran a 935.
Were you getting traction?
Well, no, because my 60 foot was off by a full 1/10 of a second. I had a 144 in the first pass, that was 153 something, so about a 1/10 right there on the 60 foot. And even worse on the 330, because I had a 390 on my first pass, that was 403.
What'd you run in the 8?
So 0.13, that was 609.
609,
compared to the 593, was it? 594 in the first pass, so it was a 1/10.5 off on the 8th. And a 1/10.5 off on the quarter as well. So yeah, my pass is way off. Your pass is way off, but we both had traction issues and I didn't catch it. So let's look at reactions though. That's the interesting
0.4.
So you were 0.4 and I was 0.8. So you got out a little bit more than I wanted because
I could tell. I was like, where is he?
The best I can ever do on that is usually about 0.3. One time I had a 0.25, but I think it's because I anticipated that the guy was about to launch. But usually it's 0.3 to 0.4. And on this one it was 0.4.
0.4.
So that's not going to get it done.
No, it's not.
But you got to remember, I mean, if I leave before you, I lose, right? Because if I say I'm giving you the hit, and I'm trying to anticipate it and I move before your car moves, then that means I lost. You know what I mean? So I got to really make sure you actually move.
Yeah.
And that's as fast as it takes between seeing it, pedals, and the car moving. You know what I mean? It's all 3 of those things. So it's not just like 0.4 for me to think about. It's 0.4 before the car is rolling.
We boil it down to just your car's faster.
Yeah. If we'd have gone heads up.
Yeah.
But, you know, I wasn't looking to put a gap on you. I was looking to get a close race. And we got a close race.
It was a very close race. Like, where were you by the finish line?
I think I was on your door at the finish line.
Okay.
And I passed as we got across the finish line, but it's because I was going 5 miles an hour more. And I could have got out of it earlier, but I wanted to get a good trap speed. You know, 148.7. I was 150.7 on the first pass, so I'm down 2.
Are you gonna? Are you staying much longer?
I might make one more pass if they let us. Can I get a picture of your time slip?
Yeah, I prefer the 943, but tonight, yeah, that's what I ran tonight.
Well, just for what the run was, because then I can do the math on all the numbers and see exactly what the margin was at the finish line. In fact, I can tell you in a half a second. Let me take the photo first.
Okay.
Thanks, Brandon.
Yeah.
The margin was 06 at the finish line. You were 10.11 down the track. I was 10.17 down the track.
Okay.
ET plus reaction time.
Okay.
So about half a 1/10 of a second, which is about half a car, which means I was probably right on your door.
Exactly.
Cool. All right, Brandon.
Hey.
Thanks for the pass. We'll do it again. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, indeed. Have a good night, man.
I know you're going to get faster.
Gradually.
I think you're probably going to have a 930 your next time out, I would predict. If you get good traction, good hook, good launch, 930 in my pass there was a 930, so.
That would be a good race, because you're 9-1 typically, aren't you?
At the beginning of the night, I'm down a little on power, and well, I slipped on that. So, I mean, you know, it could be anybody's race.
That would be a fun race, though. At least it would be pretty close. You would pull it out, though.
Yeah. I do prefer heads up, because I can try to cut a light, you know, but it's hard to cut a reaction on the hit, because you know you're losing 3/10 at least right there. But
no handicap for me next time. Heads up.
All right, man. You got it, Brandon.
All right.
Thanks, man. That's a sharp looking C7. There's a Honda over here that's supposedly 1,000 horsepower. That could be in the 8s. Not much weight on that. I'm going to watch you go down the track first before I line up with it. This car can get a little sketch. Really, 1,000 horsepower in this tiny little package. Pretty nuts. It's got a big Mickey drag radials on there. He's got big Mickeys in the back as well. time, but we'll get a sense for it when he makes his pass. We want to make sure he's straight on this setup. I think it's a new setup before we line up with him. We're very interested to see what this Honda will do. 1,000 horsepower Honda here, all-wheel drive. Let's see how it launches. Top end, but not a great launch. Well, we were hoping to get lined up with the red Camaro, but then he pulled up against the dragster. He was in the left lane, but he switched lanes at the last second, so it looks like we're going to have to go solo. Let's see if we can get another 920 here. Oh, looks like we have a competitor. Maybe he comes up. Here we go. I'm deep staged here, so I got to go easy on this. Come on, come on. Hey there, thank you.
Definitely.
Good night, you guys. All right, it's 5 after 10. That's our last pass of the night. Huh, 931 at 149.7. So the mile an hour was there, but the 60 foot sure wasn't. 153, kind of a mediocre 604 eighth mile. So the car's not really performing. I mean, we're down to 78% battery state of charge after that run. We launched with 81%. So not sure how much of it was the track on that pass. Yeah, that pass was a little bit faster than the previous one, even though we're lower on battery, but just goes to show you how important the track surface is to get a good 60 foot. And we got to pull these cameras off before we get on the highway. Well, we had some fun runs tonight. I would have liked to have caught up with that Corvette if I'd have just been a little bit quicker on that reaction. Fun nonetheless, and we were able to catch the Beamer. I thought the Camaro race would be closer. All fun runs though. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you next time right here on the Tesla Plaid channel.